Oh dear. Hey guys, in today's video we have 30 Torp hits and 2 devastating strikes. Welcome to World of Warships. Right, we start off on the north side of the map and we are going to be contesting the sea cap along with the Bliskovitcher here. However, you're going to see things don't go right almost immediately from the start here. Now he does smoke up, he wasn't actually spotted, no idea why he smoked up, but I think you should know by now, and if you don't you should. Smokes are a Torp magnet, so this man has smoked up. We're trying to offer spotting to our team here. Torps are coming in. We're not quite sure what we've got here, and there is a close call here, so we hit the speed boost, accelerate and look to avoid these torpedoes. Now I'm looking to talk this gap here, as ships do tend to pass through here and there's a possibility I might catch one of the destroyers. However, the Akazuki actually pops up here. As you can see, we outspot him by quite a lot. We're 5.4 detection, he's 6.4. So he's off now. And there's the Jäger. Now I look around and see the Bliskovitcher's virtually no health. Not quite sure what happened there.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Our Torps are looking good though. We do land 2 torpedoes, which is excellent. Good start. Does look like we're actually capping at the moment. But we have to be aware of the 2 destroyers in this area now. The enemy Pranger now is looking like he's in a little bit of trouble here, and he's trying to move out. He's on fire. He's being focus fired by the rest of the team behind me. I do launch taunts because it does look like he's going to accelerate into them. However, he slows down, and that makes me think that maybe those Torps were spotted by either the Akazuki or the Jäger. So it's quite a dramatic slowdown there. And it makes me believe there's someone here in the cap. I am RPF located. We've almost made the cap here, so I'm going to jump back into the cap and block it. Cannot let them have it. Now the Torps are back up, and I'm deciding where to put these Torps. I decide the widespread. I'm convinced there's a destroyer up here, and it's spotting and capping for the enemy battleship. Take a quick look back to see if there's any results here. Some intuition is involved here.
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
That's it, that's our first devastating strike, and that was the Akazuki. Now we are spotted by the enemy Jäger here. He has lost a little bit of health. He's going to try and go dark. And we do spot his Torps as well, which is really going to help the team here. Now I actually want to move over to the B cap. Where there's more targets, but I can't leave this flank until we deal with that enemy Jäger. So yeah, it's a bit of a problem, but we do have to deal with that Jäger. He's going to rip our team apart otherwise, so we're going to go hunting for him. And those are the Jäger Torps going in on the Massachusetts B there. The enemy cruiser there is just literally sitting behind the island and just biding his time here. Although it looks like he is actually opening fire on the Massachusetts as well. Our Massachusetts is super low on health and could go down at any time now. I'm still RPF located. I know he's here. I know I'm the closest to this destroyer. I'm just not quite sure where he is. And Torps are coming in from that direction to my left, so I decide I'm going to head over there and see if I can run into him. I've got the Low Yang behind me, and also I've got the mains, and there's quite a few ships behind me, so I've got a lot of support. We just need to find this destroyer. Come on, baby, where are you? We're actually down one ship now. 3 ships to 2. And there he is, there's the Jäger. Now I do open up with my guns. You only get 3 guns. 3 turrets with 3 guns, and they are awful. But we do get quite lucky. We are landing, and our team is helping us here to finish him off. Now you do get a heal with the Jäger, but it's not going to help if you're getting focus fired by the team. Try to avoid this torpedo. We do take the hit. However, I'm really not too fussed. We go dark because the enemy battleship is outside of our gun range, so we go instantly dark. The enemy's lost 3 ships and we've lost 4. The issue here is we've actually lost 1 more ship than the enemy. However, they have lost 2 destroyers. Mains B is very low at the moment. He is in smoke with the hydro up, and the Massachusetts B is incredibly low. He's got less than 2,000 hit points there, which is not good at all. Nagato looks like he's actually trying to tank for the team here. We do drop some torps towards the Tennessee, almost at max range. We have 12-kilometer torp range on our torpedoes with a 95 knot speed. We do have 2 cruisers here. It looks like they are actually looking at the B cap. Now I decided to drop torps here, and I probably made a slight mistake. I should have held off for a little bit longer. I was expecting him to hold course here. And we do land 4 torpedoes on the Tennessee, which gives us 8 torpedoes in total, which actually means that we get a 5% buff with the unique captain that we've got. So we've got a 5% buff in terms of our reload time on our torpedoes. Launch all these torps, aiming for the Harlem. As soon as we fire them, yeah, of course, he hits the rudder and he swings the ship around in the opposite direction. Here we have 2 battleships pushing, Los Andes and a Veneto. It looks like the Veneto's breaking off here to go towards the B cap and seeing what he's probably looking to try and cap if he can, or maybe trying to cut me off, as they know that there is a destroyer here. They just don't know where. My torps are about to come up. 10 seconds. My detection is 5.4, so I'm staying just outside of my detection here, and I'm waiting for my torps to come straight up here. It looks like he's gonna sail in a straight line. We do launch all 12 torpedoes with a nice tight spread. And those are looking really good.
You serious?
And that's our second devastating strike. Now we've still got the Los Andes to our left. And we are the only ship left in the game. So, yeah. However, we're not going to give up. We will line up here. We're in a good position. So far we've landed 16 torpedoes, 2 kills, both are devastating strikes, and we've managed to get 1 cap. So we've basically buffed our torpedoes by 10%. We've got 2 5% buffs using the unique captain. Now he did start to change his rudder, he turned the ship around, and so we only landed a couple of torpedoes there. But with the adrenaline rush and the buff to our torpedoes, they're up very quickly now. They're still not quite sure where I am. They are hunting me. We do manage to launch all the torps and not be spotted. And we speed boost out. And those torps look really good.
I see dead people.
And with that, it gives us 25 torpedo hits, which means we get another buff. So we now have a 15% buff. 3 buffs from the unique commander. We are briefly spotted there, and at the time I had no idea what that was, because I don't see anything on the mini-map, I didn't see anything at all. It's actually the enemy Jäger. And there he is. We do launch the torps towards the Jäger. He's got his hydro on, but these torpedoes are so fast, 95 knots. Incredibly difficult to avoid. And we do manage to land another 5 torpedoes. Unfortunately, it is a loss, but 30 torpedoes, 2 dev strikes and a Confederate.
Welcome to Loserville. Population, you.
We'll take it. Okay, so let's go over the build for the Tier 9 Jäger. In the armory here for 225,000 coal. You'll see it here, I've actually got it, so we'll just scroll down here to the other Tier 9s and Tier 10s. And there she is, 225,000 coal. Now the Jäger doesn't come with smoke and essentially does not have any AA whatsoever, completely useless in regards to that. However, is one of the best detections in the entire game of 5.4 kilometers, which is just amazing. You won't get any better than that. Speed's okay, 38.9, nothing to write home about. She gets an incredible 4 center mounted torpedo racks, which basically allows her to fire up to 12 torpedoes with a range of 12 kilometers. And the build I've got here means she has an insane speed of 95 knots. So those torps will absolutely just fly out of the tubes. Don't hit very hard, 7,500 damage, but you'll be surprised what you can do. In terms of artillery, you basically don't have any. You've got these things here which are absolute garbage, free guns, and they're just not going to help you at all. Maybe you can pick off a destroyer that's got virtually no health, or even a cruiser maybe, but you'll probably shatter a lot against a cruiser, so I wouldn't risk it unless you really have to. In terms of survivability, it's not too bad. 19,000 health. Armor layout is pretty standard. She's coated in 19mm of armor. What she gets in terms of gadgets: she comes with a speed boost, which is 8%, and she comes with heals. And with the build I've got here, I've got 4 speed boosts which will last for 2 minutes and 4 heals. It's a stealthy torpedo boat. That's it, and that's all you want to build this for. More stealth, more torpedoes. It's very straightforward, so it should be a very easy build for you to get. In terms of the ship modules, we've gone for, you go with the main armaments modification 1, engine room protection, torpedo tubes modification 1, propulsion modification 1, concealment systems modification 1, torpedo tubes modification 2. Simple. In terms of the captain build, pretty much the same. Now Wargaming does actually recommend Brisk, and it's not a bad, Swift and Silence. It's not a bad one, but I actually prefer this build. So I go for preventative maintenance, last stand, survivability expert to give me a little bit more health, concealment expert for more stealth, superintendent for an extra heal and an extra speed boost, adrenaline rush because obviously when you take damage you'll be able to fire your torpedoes faster, swift fish, which makes the torpedoes even faster, and finally fill the tubes, which ensures that you get an increased buff on a 10% buff on your reload time on your torpedoes. And again, just to go over the reload time on these, it's pretty insane. 65 seconds with 95 knot torps that go for 12 kilometers. Pretty insane, to be honest with you. You can't use this one because your AA terrible. I mean, it's absolute trash, so don't even consider that you're going to get this. You will never get this. However, in terms of the torpedo armament expert, this is the one you're aiming for, and in the game you just saw, I managed to get this buff 3 times, so that was a 15% buff on my reload time. And bearing in mind a 3-point skill was 10% buff, so we managed to get somewhere in the range of a 4-point skill on top of our original captain using this buff. It's pretty amazing, and if you can get hold of this captain, I would highly recommend it. Works very well, synergizes very well with the Jäger. Do me a favor, hit the like and subscribe and leave a comment below.